All right, guys, we are back. It is Saturday, February 20th. Well, your boy got cocky. Could not stop talking about how well we were doing, how much we were winning. Thursday night took an absolute beating. It was a bad one. Let's see here. Locks, 0-3, and I went heavy on them too. 2 units apiece on 2 of them, which brings me to 10-14 now. I was at 10-11. I'm just about to get over the hump. 10-14 now, down 7.5 units. We'll get back. We'll get back. We got time. We got time. I am here to crush this weekend. That's all I'm here to do. Overall picks, 1-7, 34-49 now for the month. That stinks, but not worried. Not worried. All right. Stevie player props. 1-2 on his locks. 8-6 for the month, down 2.5 units. Shawnee Sizzle, 1-1 on his locks. 6-10 for the month, down 2.5 units. Spencer. My man just doesn't miss anymore. Spencer, the soccer god. 2-0. Brings him to 18-7. He is up 10 units right now. If I can give you any advice, and this advice I'm going to take myself, bet his locks. They always hit. Oh my God, he is on a tear right now. I want to say he's like 10-1 in his last 11 or 11-12 in his last, 11-1 in his last 12, something like that. So yes, listen to Spencer. He's running away with this thing right now. The rest of us got to step up our game and start winning some locks. I mean, this is getting embarrassing right now. All right, let's get into it. Stevie player props. He's got a lot for us. And I thought he was gonna get me with this first one. NHL goal scorer prop parlay. Got some interesting names here, but guess what? Your boy's learning about hockey, so I think we're going to be good. These are all players to score a goal today. Jack Eichel, Mika Zibanejad, Max Pacioretty, Jonathan Huberdeau, Anze Kopitar, Patrick Lane, that's an easy one, Austin Matthews. This one is difficult, but Wilk the Shocker actually reached out. He was worried I wasn't going to be able to pronounce this one. I believe you said you pronounce it pussy bitch. Nah, I'm just kidding. Sidney Crosby, shout out Sean. Leon Draisaitl, he really thought he was going to get me with that one. And Braden Point. Now listen, he gave us one of these on Thursday. Guess what? Your boy hit. I told you, Stevie knows about hockey. If he's telling you it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Go in on this one. All right, NHL Moneyline Parlay. Avalanche, Caps, that's the Washington Capitals for those of you that don't follow hockey. Panthers, Maple Leafs and Lightning, NBA parlay, Warriors -2, Bulls money line, Suns -4, Warriors and Charlotte over 230.5. I like that a lot. He's got a bunch of little baby NCAA parlays, and you know that I'm all about it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Michigan State +6.5 and over 134.5. They're at Indiana today. UConn +6.5 and over 137. They are at Villanova. Florida State money line and under 145.5. UNC -5.5 and over 140.5. They're at home against Louisville. And San Diego State money line and over 129. We got a couple NCAA parlays from them here. Bigger parlays, not the little baby ones. Let's see here. Texas money line, Oklahoma money line, Florida State money line, LSU money line, USC -7, San Diego State money line, and Louisville UNC over 140.5. And then he's also got Michigan State +6.5, Tennessee money line, Bama money line, UConn +6.5. Spencer, the soccer god, who is just putting an absolute beat down on us. I mean, this guy, guess what? I'm going to make some money off of his picks, okay? So how about that? He has NCAA for days today. We got a ton of college basketball today. All right, Navy minus 2.5. Wofford minus 4. Missouri minus 3.5. Parlay number 2. Belmont minus 21. Morehead State minus 13. Oklahoma minus 11.5. Parlay number 3. Sam Houston State minus 9. Eastern Kentucky minus 5.5. San Diego State minus 14. A couple little babies here. Just not the little babies that I do, but just 2 gamers. Syracuse minus 2.5. Illinois minus 5. Florida State minus 6. BYU minus 7. Little 3-leg here. Kent State minus 14. South Utah minus 7.5. Weber State minus 14.5. And then he's got a monster where he just basically puts all those together. Navy minus 3, Wofford minus 4, BYU minus 7, Missouri minus 3.5, South Utah minus 7.5, Illinois minus 5, Syracuse minus 2.5, Eastern Kentucky minus 5.5, San Diego State minus 14, and Oregon minus 9.5. Man, Spencer, he was a victim of one of the worst beats of the year on Thursday. As was I, but mine was not nearly as bad as his. He had like an 8-leg parlay, had hit everything, went to bed with Michigan just running Rutgers shit. Less than 10 seconds left. Rutgers down 10 points. Just fire up a meaningless 3, hit it. Michigan runs out the clock, game over. Michigan was minus 9. That's the second time that's happened to me this year. Kansas got put on the do not bet list because of it. They, same exact thing, just a meaningless 3 at the end of the game when you're getting blown out to fuck up cover. So, thanks Rutgers. Yeah, that sucked. And obviously you saw how my night went. I needed that one, but all right. Oh, sorry. He's got a soccer parlay too. Some of these games already started. I did not get this out on Twitter. It has been a slow-moving morning. I apologize. But we got Chelsea money line, Liverpool and RB Leipzig both to score. Bayern Munich over 3.5 goals. Dortmund over 2.5 goals. Atletico Madrid minus 1 and Real Madrid over 2.5 goals. I got a lot today too. I actually might have the least amount with the exception of Sean, just because Stevie player props went hard as fuck today. And Spencer, he's got a lot of college basketball, even more than I do. And normally I can't help myself with these games, especially on Saturday and Sunday. But let's get into it for me. I got some parlays for you. I'm back with hockey. And there is a hockey game today I like so much that I even am making it a lock. All right, here we go. NCAA basketball parlay. Kentucky, Tennessee over 135. That is my favorite bet of the day. Missouri minus 3. They're at South Carolina. Minnesota plus 5.5. I really love that one too. They're at home against Illinois. And West Virginia, Texas over 146.5. This, oh boy, this might be my last hurrah with West Virginia. If they don't hit this over today, they're getting put on the do not bet list. And it breaks my heart because, you know, I'm a West Virginia guy. I love Huggins. I love the Mountaineers for some bizarre reason. Pretty much only basketball I like them, but I don't know. I don't want them to make it to the do not bet list, so please hit this over today, guys. Parlay number 2, I got Nebraska plus 7. They're at home against Purdue. Nebraska has been playing tough basketball. Not winning a ton of games. They did beat Penn State at home, which was embarrassing to say the least. But they've been playing tough. They've been covering spreads. They're not good, but they have been very, very gritty. And I don't think they're going to beat Purdue, but Purdue's not that great. I think they cover 7 points at home. UNC minus 5.5. They're at home against Louisville. I did not expect the line to be that big, which turned me onto it because initially I was like, oh, Louisville plus 5.5 all day. No, not so fast, my friend. UNC minus 5.5 today. Gonzaga, they're the only pick I got right on Thursday. Guess what? You always take Gonzaga to cover. They're minus 32.5 at home against San Diego. Duke, this is another one. This line blew my mind. They're plus 2 at home against Virginia. Couple things to consider here. Duke stinks. They lost their best player. Virginia's very good. Why would this line only be 2? Well, A couple reasons. Somebody knows something that we don't. Duke is going to win this game. And I have heard from a somewhat reliable source, when you lose your best player, you become a better team. So I'm taking Duke today +2 against Virginia at home. NHL, I'm back. Did not hit. Did not hit. Fire broke my heart. I should have known better. But I've secretly always been a fan of this team for 2 reasons. Number 1, I love their logo. I love the colors. I think it's awesome. It's always just appealed to me. And when I was a little kid and I just liked every sport, I was in love with Wayne Gretzky. I thought he was amazing, and that's where he started. So Edmonton Oilers money line and under 6.5 goals today. Lock that one up. That is 100% hitting. This is coming from your hockey expert, your hockey guy, me. Edmonton money line and under 6.5 goals. Lock that one up. Mark it down, Donnie. All right. Straight up picks for today. I got Hornets. I love the home teams today. I didn't even realize it till I went back through, but I love the home teams today. Hornets +2 at home against Golden State. Lakers -3 at home against Miami. They got some explaining to do from the other night. That was embarrassing. Who knows? Maybe they're not trying to tip their hand and they didn't have AD, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. I don't want to hear it. If they can't handle business today against the Miami Heat at home, they got issues. Grizzlies +4 at home against the Suns. The Suns are a much better team, but this is a back-to-back for them. And I don't necessarily know the Grizzlies even win, but they're going to cover 4 at home. Bulls +2.5 against the Kings. The Kings, you know, they probably should be on the do not bet list, or at least on the cusp. But the Bulls, they're not that bad. And Zach LaVine, I think, is a stud, and I think he is going to dominate tonight. They're going to cover 2.5 points against the Kings. They're going to win this game outright, actually, but 2.5 is the pick. Blazers -3.5 at home against the Wizards. Blazers are another one I just am tired of betting, but everything, when I looked at this game, everything told me take the Wizards with the points. Nope. Sometimes you got to fade yourself. And that's what I'm doing right now. Blazers -3.5. UConn, Sean, don't hate me, but he's a Nova guy. God bless him. I like Villanova too, but Villanova is on the cusp of being on the do not bet list for me. And they drive me crazy, to be honest. But UConn +6.5. I don't know that UConn wins this game, but I think they're going to cover 6.5 points. Conference play, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a close game, I think, and I see them covering 6.5. Told you this is my favorite bet of the day, Kentucky, Tennessee over 135. I hope this isn't a situation where I should be fading myself, because that line just looks way too good to be true. I'm rooting for Kentucky, but this goes over 135 all day. Missouri -3 at South Carolina. They're kind of in the middle of a rough patch right now. I think they can get back on track against South Carolina, who's not very good. West Virginia, Texas over 146.5. We already talked about that. Minnesota +5.5. If I could give 4 locks today, that would be my 4th lock, because Minnesota, they're awesome at home. They're 13-1 at home. Okay, 13-1 at home. You look back through their history, they win every game at home, they lose every game on the road. But I think they have a shot to beat Illinois today, which would be insane, but that's what they've done. They have beaten monsters at home. I think they easily cover 5.5, and I might even sprinkle a little bit on money line for them. They got this. That line has moved down a little bit. I would to be safe, if you get an alt line at 5.5, I would take that. It's at 4.5 now, I believe. I got in at 5.5, thank God, but I'm telling you, they're covering that. I think they could win this game. Nebraska, we talked about them. They're a gritty, scrappy team lately, +7. Gonzaga, cover wagon, 32.5. And Florida State -5.5, I like today too. Let's get into the locks here. Reigning champion, Stevie Player Props. It's got Warriors -2, Capitals -1.5, and Oklahoma -11.5. Shawnee says this is all he's giving us, and you know what? I apologize. Sis gave this to me as a baby parlay too. Nova money line and over 137.5 baby parlay. Also, those are his two locks: Nova money line and over 137. Spencer, the soccer god, the lock god, the king in weight, I guess you could call him. Bayern Munich money line. They start at 9:30, so this probably is not going to get up in time. I apologize for that. Should have put that on Twitter. Like I said, we're not firing on all cylinders this morning. Tennessee money line, Florida State money line. Man, I said I'm rooting for Kentucky, and I am, but seeing him take Tennessee money line just, it hurts because you know what he's been doing lately. All right, for me, I got 3 locks. Kentucky, Tennessee over 135. Lock that up. That is maybe my most confident pick of this entire year so far. Certainly my most confident pick in a long time. That I need to liquidate all assets and put it on that line because it is 100% going to hit today. I got 2 units on that. I can't get away from the 2 unit bets. I need to get myself rolling again and then start going 2 units, but I can't. This one gets 2 units. This one gets 2 units. Lakers -3. I told you I love it. There's no way. There's no way. Lakers -3. Flames Oilers under 6.5 goals. What can I say? I'm a hockey guy. I'm a hockey guy. That's what I do. I pick hockey games. All right, guys. We're going with the basics today, the standards, whatever you want to call it. House whiskey, Busch. All right, we are getting back on track today. Thursday night was rough. Down 20 units Thursday night. Absolute beating. Thank God it was leading up to that almost 2-week period was just an absolute monster for me. So it softened the blow a little bit. Last night, not good. Not good. Would have been great if Ben Simmons played. He's got to be back tomorrow. But yeah, Ben Simmons not playing is really, it's costing me money. I'm just gonna say it's costing me money. But still love you, brother. All right, down a unit or 2 last night maybe. So we're heading in the right direction. Oh, almost forgot to pour up this shot. All right, so we're moving in the right direction. Today we get back on track, crush these bets. All the boys are winning today, okay? All the boys are winning today. Past couple days haven't been as rough for these guys as it has been for me, but. And Shawnee Sizzle, hit him up on Twitter. Tell him to put his live soccer bets on there so that you can win with him because he's been crushing it. He's sending them in this morning already. He's winning. So he is officially the live soccer guy. All right, here we go. We're going for points. We're going for Lakers, unfortunately. I hate the Lakers, but there's no way. And we're going for the Edmonton Oilers because I'm a hockey guy. All right, I love you guys. Did not have that lined up properly. Unfortunate. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow. We will talk about all the wins that me and the boys had today, and we will give you more winners tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. Check me out on TikTok. Follow us all on Twitter. Let's get some interaction going. I want to know what you guys are betting. I want to know what you're winning. Shout out to my boy Vinny for blowing me up on Twitter about Ben Simmons this past couple games. I love you guys. All right.